I stand to support the motion ably moved by Senator Akobondo. The Omahia Ikot Ekpene Road is a very important road. The economic way living of Oboro, Bende, and all those areas that are producing cocoa and the palm oil. These are the routes people use in evacuating these products. And this road is very economical to people of Akwa Ibom, Cross River, Abia, Anambra, Imo, Enugu, because they use it as a cut short. Instead of going to Aba, they use this road to just get straight to Ikot Ekpene and Ikot Ekpene to Cross River. And this is even Mr. President's own senatorial district. Mr. President ought not to keep quiet in this thing. Mr. President is supposed to take it very serious because his senatorial district is adjoining to Senator Akobodo's senatorial district. So, Mr. President, I align myself totally and I urge all my colleagues to support this very important road that Senator Akobodo is saying, because it's going to serve my senatorial district, Mr. President's senatorial district, and Senator Akobodo's senatorial immediate district, and other senatorial districts that are there. And about 5, 6, 7 states will get benefit of this all-important road. Mr. President, I so submit that I align myself with all the prayers and urge our colleagues to support all the prayers. Thank you very much, Mr. President.
Imagine your passion. I'm also affected, but it is better for you to cry for me than for me to cry on my own, because I belong to the whole country. Thank you, thank you. It will really help me if something is done about it and very fast. It seems that it's on Samson. I'm sure you have passed through that road.
Thank you, Mr. A metaphor of sorts. This is one road that serves not just Akwa Ibom and Abia. The road serves Nigeria. The entire stretch hosts huge traffic, volumes of traffic daily that drives business through vast districts in this country. And beyond the importance of this road is that centrally, this road leads to the hometown of our dear Senate President, who has served this country very well. Some time back, I raised attention about the condition of Calabar Itu. At a time that the country appreciates the contributions of our Senate President, between Aba and Ikot Ekpene, there's agony about the condition of the road. It would be well done and clearly stated if Ikot Ekpene to Umuahia Road is done. This will clearly show respect to our Senate President. The country will applaud if Ikot Ekpene Aba Road is fixed. It will also be a huge tribute to our Senate President who has done well for Nigeria, as well as the huge traffic that applies those major roads daily. The condition of Calabar Itu Road, or as framed by earlier motion, Odokpani Itu Road, is pathetic. And these are major pathways that help to drive the economy of this country. So this motion has been well framed. It's a current call that we must look at the southeast and the south-south, not just out of respect for our Senate President, who is doing very well for Nigeria, but as a response to the yearnings, to the agony of a lot of people in Akwa Ibom, Abia, and the rest of this country. So on behalf of Akwa Ibom South, my humble self, Ekong Samson, I stand tall to support this motion as framed and canvas. It will bring relief to a lot of people, to the traffic that makes use of this important road. Thank you.
The commercial capital of Abia said, nobody can reach that place from my area. And then the same way, Calabar, we can't. So actually, Akwa Ibom is cut off. Without the airport that I did, Akwa Ibom people would never have been able to reach Nigeria, the rest of Nigeria. So it's only through the air that we can reach the rest of Nigeria. Aba Ikot Ekpene Road, 39 years, now 41 years, nobody has passed. Umuahia, totally gone. Calabar to road, now we pass through the water. And so many people are drowning between Oron and Calabar. And this is something that was brought to an end in 1975 under the then administration of Brigadier General Ekpene. So it's something that somebody will say, oh, Senate President is from there. Then I'll answer them, go and watch the Spanish play. The rich also cry. Say something.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. President, Anambra Central Senatorial District. Mr. President, I have to rise on your recognition to speak on this road. It's because it's a road I've used several times in the past and in the present time. This Umuahia Ikot Ekpene road is a very important economic road, not just because of people from there, like you, the uncommon Senate President. This road serves very, very critical purpose of connecting the southwest through the southeast to south-south through Akwa Ibom, Cross River, Calabar. It's a major corridor and is a link road. If you look at the other roads, Aba to Ikot Ekpene, Ikot Ekpene to Dukpani to Calabar, they now connect this Umuahia Ikot Ekpene, then Umuahia to Aba. It's a triangle. It's a triangle. And we have so much traffic on this road because of the economic activities through that road to the Calabar Free Export Processing Zone and other things. We have debated this on the motion brought by Senator Sokwo. Calabar, Udukbani, Itu Road, then connecting Ikot Ekpene to Umuahia, then to Aba. If we're able to do these three roads, or two roads, Calabar to Aba through Ikot Ekpene, and then Ikot Ekpene to Umuahia, we will save the commuters and transporters so much. Well, the distance is not much. From this Umuahia to Ikot Ekpene, it's not much. But you go through very severe difficulties, passing through the bumps and a serious contractor can finish this job in less than 12 months. And these vehicles will move. From the public hearings we have had on the Calabar, Udukbani, Itu Road last week, if these roads are done, business activities will move with greater speed than what we presently see. The high cost of moving goods through this road is enormous. So I pray that everybody will see this, not just because of people around the road, it's because of the service this road renders to the general Nigerian public. Things move from there to Edo State. Things move through this road to the whole of Southeast and sometimes down to Lagos. So looking at the prayers, I wholesomely support that money, special money should be found somewhere, because these roads have contracts on them already with contractors, and they don't perform. Being that some of them don't receive money, this Ikot Ekpene Umuahia road, must be suffering poor funding. So I support this and believe that if this road is done, going to Uyo or Calabar from my own axis will be so easy. We can leave on time and get there on time. And goods can move from their bases to wherever they're going with less difficulty. So I thank Austin Akobundu. I traveled through this road with him one day. Austin, you're not listening. I traveled through this road with you.
No, speak to the Senate.
And we experienced the bad road together. So that's why I said I must support this motion to underscore the seriousness it deserves. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you. Azuko, just 1 minute because of time.
Thank you, Mr. President, distinguished colleagues. My name is Leon, Senator representing Cross River South. Your Excellency, there is not much for me to add to this, but just to add my voice to that of my colleagues, that infrastructure is the bedrock for any level of commerce. The standard of living of people in any community or any environment is dependent on the level of infrastructure that is available for them, for the ease of movement of goods and passengers between those communities. We all know how vital the Aba and Ikot Ekpene is to the artisan industry of this country, the small and medium enterprise. That road, that linkages create an artery for the movement of cargoes and people. It is imperative that not just because our Senate President is from that region, not just because Senator Akibodu is from that region, but because the people of this country who are taxpayers are from that region, we have to put it as a top priority. And it flows from the motion that was moved in this Senate about the Odukpani-Itu Road, because that serves as also an exit corridor along the route. It is important that this Senate, in fact, this National Assembly takes it as a top priority. Thank you, Mr. President. And thank you, Senator.
Thank you. There is nobody opposed to this motion.
Special intervention by the Senate to urge the Federal Ministry of Works to expedite action and complete the rehabilitation of the Ikot Ekpene Federal Road to relieve the suffering of Nigerian motorists and address insecurity in the area. The Senate notes that the Ikot Ekpene Road, a major link between Abia State and Akwa Ibom State through Ikwano local government area, has been in a deplorable state of disrepair for over 30 years. Also notes that despite efforts by successive governments at both the federal and state levels to provide remedial interventions, the road has remained in poor condition for reasons that appear inexplicable. Observes that following years of public outcry from the people of Abia and Akwa Ibom states, the federal government awarded the contract for the total reconstruction and rehabilitation of the road in 2018 to Mrs. Heartland Nigeria Limited and Redon and Company Nigeria Limited, valued at approximately 13 billion naira. Subsequently, funding for the project was transferred to the NMPC under the tax credit initiative. Aware that Mrs. Heartland Nigeria Limited and Redon and Company Nigeria Limited have since commenced work on the first phase of the project. However, the pace of work has been extremely slow. Many dilapidated portions of the road have further deteriorated due to the last rainy season, rendering them impassable and creating significant hardship for motorists and traders commuting both Abia and Akwa Ibom states. Residents of Ikwano local government in Abia State senatorial districts, Abia Central senatorial districts, have also been left in a state of despair. Further aware that the issue of slow pace of work on this road was raised during the debate on the 2024 appropriation bill last year, yet no significant progress has been made. Conscious of the economic consequences of the delay in completing the project on the people of Abia and Akwa Ibom states, who rely on this road daily for commuting, trade, and other activities. Worried that unless urgent measures are taken by the federal government to repair the failed sections of the road during this dry season, the road will be completely cut off
during the next rainy season. This would exacerbate the sufferings of the people and motorists who depend on this vital link between Umuahia in Abia State and Ikot Ekpene in Akwa Ibom State. It would also further hinder transporters traveling this route daily from Cross River, Akwa Ibom, Abia, Onitsha, and Lagos. Consequently, the Senate resolves to, 1, urge the Federal Ministry of Works to immediately release funds for the completion of the Umuahia Ikot Ekpene road during the current dry season. 2, mandate the Senate Committee on Works to urgently investigate and unravel the causes of delays and determine the extent of failure and report back to the Senate within 2 weeks for further legislative action. I so move. Thank you so much, Mr. President, for giving me this opportunity.
Federal Ministry of Works to immediately arrange funding for this road to release same for the completion of the Umuahia Ikot Ekpene road to take advantage of this dry season. Those in support of prayer 1 as amended, say aye. Those against, say nay. The ayes have it. Prayer 2, mandate the Committee on Works to urgently investigate and unravel the causes of delays and to determine the extent of failure and report back to the Senate within 2 weeks for further legislative action. Those in support of prayer 2, say aye. Amendment, yes. This is Senator